Now imagine a house that also manages to personify the very best of both worlds. Yes, a rich history, but also the ability to be a companion to a wonderfully fulfilling and modern way of life. Welcome to the Silk House, arguably the landmark property of the Norwich lanes. And whilst of course the visuals and the proportions of a home of this calibre are remarkable, you just wait until you hear the stories it has to tell. We need to wind back all the way to 1690 when the illustrious Huguenot family built this as their home. But it was more than simply a home. The entire ground floor would have been a hustling, bustling workshop for the thriving silk trade that came to define this area of the city. Local wool, not all that far away from Worcester, was sent overseas and exchanged for silk, which came right here and on this floor was converted into the most extraordinary garments. In fact, one of my favourite original features of this home is still proudly displayed. A stained glass depiction of a lion standing astride the silk, thought to be the logo of the merchants in question, the Huguenots. And whilst the ground floor was their workshop and the trading floor, the first floor was where the accommodation would be found, and still very much the same today. This extraordinary first floor room, it just encapsulates everything that the Silk House stands for. Historic elegance, but also modern, fulfilling, enjoying way of life. It invites the culture of the city in, but also you can create your own environment, your own life, your own story, if you like, in parallel to the story being told in the city around you. As you continue to explore the Silk House, one thing that becomes very evident is just how flexible the accommodation is. Any of the bedrooms here, for example. Throughout its lineage, it's been a chapel, it's been the political headquarters during the First World War, it's even been an old schoolhouse. And speaking of old school, welcome to the old school house. Talk about a property that keeps packing surprises. The annex here to the Silk House is extraordinary and worth a whole other tour in itself. Currently serves as a brilliantly successful holiday let right in the heart of the city. If you look closely enough, you will see where it used to link through to the main part of the Silk House. And very much like the Silk House, everywhere you look, there's wonderful doffs of the cap to history and to character, but also excellent touches of luxury and personality as well. Now, given such a central location, you might be forgiven for thinking that the Silk House has to compromise somewhere. Perhaps it's the outside space. Well, think again. It's just another piece of the puzzle to the Silk House that rounds out the most wonderfully fulfilling way of life, the perfect accompaniment to the fine city we're lucky enough to call home.